Hello, welcome to Donkey Brains Vlog episode 8. My name is Courtney. If you haven't seen my vlogs before, you don't know who I am, be sure to check out Donkey Brains Vlog episode 1 because I give some background information on me in that vlog there. There is a link down below if you want to check it out either now or after you watch this vlog. So usually my vlog has 5 topics and today is no exception. The first thing I'll talk about is May highlights. I'll go over the important things that happened last month in my life. Topic number 2 is notable MTTs. So which MTTs did I go deepest in, which final tables did I make, and what were my biggest caches? Topic number 3 is stream musings. So it's actually my 1-year anniversary on Twitch coming up. Next week, I will have been streaming on Twitch for 1 entire year. So I'm just going to talk about my thoughts on that. How did the year go overall? How do I feel about streaming? And kind of give an overview of the year that was courtiebee on Twitch. The first year, at least. Topic number 4 is June coming up. So what's going to happen this month? What are my big plans? I will let you know. And last but not least, I'm going to talk a little bit about the big game. People often come into my stream and ask me, how did I get on the big game? What was it like? And I'm going to go over that today and in my next vlog. So today I'm going to talk about the audition process, what I did to get on the show itself, and then the next time I make a vlog, which will be next month, I'll talk about my experience on the show. Alright, so first things first, let's talk about me. Scoop was pretty tough. Scoop is the spring championship of online poker on PokerStars. It lasts for 2 weeks, and it's a pretty cool series because for each event, PokerStars offers a low, medium, and high buy-in, which means there's a lot of tournaments for everyone to play no matter what your stakes are. Unfortunately for me, the variance did not go my way. In May, I tried to play a bunch of Scoop. I did play quite a few tournaments, and I unfortunately didn't big anything. The thing with Scoop is that the fields are really big. The guarantees are all really big, so if you don't get lucky, you could possibly lose quite a bit. And that's what I ended up doing. I lost a few $1,000s last month playing MTTs, and my average buy-in is only $40 at the moment, so losing a few $1,000s is quite a bit of money to lose at my stakes. I also lost a few $100s at spins, so overall last month was definitely a losing month. Even though my results don't say it, I definitely have gotten a lot better at poker though. I was reviewing with my coach last month and he said to me that I've really improved a lot lately, and that was really encouraging. Really, really super awesome. I'm happy to report that my stats aren't quite as nitty as they were the last time I talked about me needing to open up my game. My 3-bet stat's still a little bit low, and I obviously have plenty to work on still, but there's definitely improvement, and I'm pretty happy with my progress. So it wasn't all bad. I lost money, but I did get better at poker, and it's definitely really promising in the future, I think. Okay, so let's go over the notable MTTs from May. Unfortunately, the list is pretty small. I only had 1 final table the entire month, and that wasn't because I played no volume, it was just because big fields, couldn't get lucky, ran bad, and unfortunately it only added up to 1 final table and a pretty low buy-in at that. Let's start at the beginning though. I actually didn't have any sort of deep run pretty much at all until May 22nd. So I went basically May 1st to May 21st and had really bad runs. I didn't have any good caches at all until the 21st of May. So yeah, it was a pretty rough month. On May 22nd, I did come in 18th in the 109 Bounty Builder. I was pretty disappointed about that. It was really fun going deep in that once again, and I really thought that I was going to make the final table of that. I busted the tournament in a hand that, I mean, it's not really controversial. I think most people that watched it agreed with the way I played it. Although when I brought it up with my coach, he said, yeah, it's a shitty spot. Maybe you could have played it differently. I'm not really sure. In case you missed it, here, I'll show you what I mean. Some of them booties are fat. Yeah, they really are. Some pretty big bounties. Well. Nice. Yeah, so I busted to the river queen in that hand, which is really unfortunate. The straight that I'm not sure about is the river. I'm not sure whether I should have gone all in or whether I should have checked. And at the time, my reasoning for going all in was that I thought that if I checked on the river, I wouldn't have been able to fold if he jammed, just because the pot was too big and my hand was too strong. And I thought that there were hands that he called 3 streets with, but if I checked, he would check back on the river. And of course, I'm talking about hands that I beat. So I decided to go all in. When I talked about it with my coach, he agreed that the river was really, really bad. Like, the queen is a bad river for us. And he thinks it's probably fine that I jammed, but he did wonder if possibly I could check there and whether check is better. So it's a hand that neither of us are really sure about. And potentially, say 1 or 2 years down the road, I might look back at this hand and think to myself, wow, it's really obvious what the right play was. But now, at this point in time, I'm actually not sure. In the end, I did bust an 18th, sadly, and I cashed for, I actually put it in my calculator just now. I cashed for $1,551.19 after you include the bounties. So it was a good cash, but all in all, a really disappointing finish. So the day after I came 18th in the 109 Bounty Builder, I actually woke up early to play day 2 of the low version of Scoop 52. It was interesting for a couple of reasons. The first reason was that it was my first day 2 of the entire series, so that was pretty exciting for me. And the second reason it was interesting is because it started at 8 in the morning my time, and I'm never playing poker that early. So it did require me waking up early and eating super fast to make sure that I could get online and be streaming for 8 o'clock my time. Unfortunately for me, I only lasted about half an hour into day 2, and I busted in 58th place for $507. I mean, it's a little bit of a disappointment. It was a really, really big field. 12,926 people started the tournament, and I came 57th, so it was a situation where I was so close to winning big, but also so far, right? It was really fun though, and I'm really glad that I got to make a day 2, so I was pretty happy about it. So the only final table that I made all month was in the $11 5K guaranteed on Poker Stars. $11 is one of my lowest buy-ins, one of the lowest buy-ins that I play on my schedule, so it's a little bit disappointing that the only tournament that I made a final table in is such a small buy-in. But I probably did make that final table because of the small field. 5K guaranteed is not a very large field on Poker Stars, so that's probably one of the reasons I made the final table in the first place, is that it was a smaller field to get through. I unfortunately did not win it. In fact, I didn't even top 3. I came 6th for $228. It's pretty disappointing. And yeah, I guess that's kind of the theme of the month. It was a little bit disappointing. And then after that $11 5K guaranteed final table, my last good cash of the month was 16th in the big 109, which happened on May 30th. So all in all, definitely a disappointing month, and I'm glad that it's in the past, and I'm looking forward to June. Hopefully June will be much better. Okay, let's stop talking about that depressing topic and let's move on to something a little bit more fun. Let's talk about my 1-year anniversary on Twitch. So, I mean, 1 year is quite an accomplishment. I'm pretty happy that I made it this far. And I have to say that streaming is one of my most favorite things to do for a living. When I go back and look back at my life, all the things that I've done to make money, streaming is definitely one of my favorites. I like streaming more than I like playing poker. And I think a lot of my viewers actually know that. They know that I am there on Twitch every day for them, for streaming, and not necessarily for poker. One thing about me is that I've spent pretty much my entire adult life trying to figure out what to do with my life. I haven't known what I want to do for a career ever since I got out of high school and went to university and got a science degree. And I've been trying to find that passion for so long, and I haven't been able to do it. I love poker, and I think poker is an amazing game, but I've never been passionate about it. And it's not my favorite thing to do for a living, I have to admit. I like playing the game, but waking up every day and grinding and playing poker for a living, I was trying to find something better than that. And streaming is definitely something better. I like streaming more than anything I've ever done for money before. So I mean, I've had quite a few jobs. I've run a business. I've worked in restaurants. I mean, none of these jobs were great, but I have enough job experience to know that I haven't really liked anything that I've done so far. And streaming, I love. Streaming's amazing. So I'm really grateful that I found something that I really, really enjoy doing a lot. I will say that streaming is difficult, though. And I guess I'm not surprised that I'm still here a year later, but like, I wouldn't have been surprised if I stopped before a year either. Just because, I mean, it's difficult. For the select few people that start streaming and are instant stars, it's not hard for them. I mean, there are some people that are so good at what they do. They're so good at poker. They're so good at connecting with people. They're so good at streaming that they get onto Twitch and they're instantly a Twitch star. They instantly have 500 to 2,000 viewers and life's just easy for them. I was never that person. And while I didn't ever really struggle for viewers at the start, I was never that person that was struggling to get 5 viewers. Partly because of the games that I played, and partly because I'm a female. There's not a lot of female streamers. So I never experienced that kind of struggle, but I have experienced the struggle of taking my stream to the next level. And what I mean by that is, you know, getting over the hump of 50 viewers, 100 viewers, and getting to that regular 200, 300, 400 viewer mark. I haven't been able to do that. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to. I'm just not sure if I have what it takes to be that. That being said, it doesn't mean that people don't like watching me, and it is possible for me to get a large number of viewers if I go deep into tournaments. And even when I'm not deep into tournament, I do have a really solid and healthy base of regular viewers. So, I mean, it's not all sad and tears. I definitely have some amazing regulars in my stream. And even in the days where I don't have that many viewers and it's a little bit slower, it's still usually fun to stream because all my regulars are so awesome. I think a lot of people start streaming because they want to try to become a top streamer. I think that most people start streaming because it seems fun, but also because they think to themselves, well, what if I'm really good at streaming? What if I become one of the top streamers in my game? I was no exception. I did start streaming because it looked fun, but because I wondered whether that would be possible for me, and I hoped that one day I could become a top streamer in poker on Twitch. Because of that mindset, because of that goal, it was really hard for me to accept it when I realized that I was never going to be a top streamer. And I have to admit that I did have quite a few moments where I wondered whether I should quit streaming because, I mean, the truth hurts. It hurts a lot when you have a goal to become the best possible and you know that it's probably never going to happen. It's hard to deal with. And it is hard to think to yourself, well, man, this is awesome. I had a really good stream. This last week has been great. I had hundreds of viewers every single day, only to 2 months later be back at your low viewer counts again and be like, wow, I thought I had gotten over the hump, but I guess I didn't, and now I'm back to not a lot of viewers anymore. So it's like there is variance in streaming and you're trying to grow as much as possible, and it's just depressing. Sometimes it can be depressing to not see your average viewer count go up as the months go by. The good news is that I still love streaming, and I'm not ready to give it up, despite the fact that I can't be the quote-unquote Twitch star. And I do still make a little bit of money doing it, so I'm able to justify continuing because I am able to pay bills. So I'm not planning on quitting. I'm not planning on quitting streaming anytime soon. And I mean, I have to say to everyone here that's watching that is a regular viewer of my stream, the reason I keep streaming is because of you. If you did not watch me every day, if you did not tell me how much my stream means to you on a regular basis, I wouldn't be able to keep doing this, because it's not enough money to do it for money alone. It's just not. Streaming is tough. There are some people that make a lot of money doing it. Most people don't make a lot of money. So if I didn't have these connections with my viewers, if people didn't wait for me to go live on a daily basis and tell me on a daily basis that I brighten up their days, I could not continue. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being the reason that I am still streaming today. Before streaming, I never had the chance to touch people's lives and make people happy. And now I have that ability, and it's amazing. It really is. And that's why I keep streaming. So, I mean, as long as my streaming income is enough for me to keep paying bills, and as long as my viewers are still enjoying my stream, I'll probably keep doing it. That's at least how I feel about it today. So I'm really sorry that I made that. Oh gosh, I made stream musings so long-winded. I'm really sorry. I had no idea where to edit it though, so I just left it. Please accept my apologies. I'll try to make up for it by making June coming up short and sweet. People keep asking me when I'm streaming whether I'm going to Vegas to play in the World Series, and I kept saying for so long, I just don't know. And then I changed my answer to, there's a 10% chance I'll go. And then I started thinking about it. I've never played in the main event before. Will this be one of the last chances I have to play in the main event? Maybe. And then I also realized that I haven't been to Vegas to play in the World Series for 5 years. I went in 2011. I haven't gone back since. I do prefer online poker to live poker, but I mean, the World Series, right? If I go my entire life without ever playing in the main event, that's just, you shouldn't play poker for a living and never play in it. So I think I might go. However, this is June coming up. That's supposed to be the title of the section of this vlog. And I'm actually not planning on going to Vegas until July. So I'm kind of cheating by telling you that I'm going to Vegas in July, because I really shouldn't be telling you this until next vlog, right? When I talk about July coming up. But anyway, I'm probably going to go to Vegas in July, play the ladies event, and then play the main event for the first time. Where June is concerned, I'm going to stay home until the end of June. I'm going to play online. I'm going to stream. I'm going to study poker. Probably going to play a couple smaller live events here locally, so that I haven't played live for a long time, so I should go get used to counting stacks, get used to adding pots, and stuff like that. So I probably will play at least once or twice locally here at a live casino, and then in July we'll go to Vegas and we'll play the ladies event and the main event. So yeah, those are my plans for this month. Alright, so the last section of this vlog is going to talk a little bit about the big game. When I'm streaming, I get this question all the time. People ask me, how did you get on the big game? What was the process? So I just want to talk a little bit about that here. That way, when I give the cliff notes on the stream, I can direct the viewers to this video so that you can get more details if you're interested. So, hi! Welcome to the details of how I got on the big game. Basically, I'm going to talk about the audition process. before I talk about the audition process, I should probably explain to you what the big game is, just in case you're unfamiliar. So the PokerStars Big Game is a TV show that PokerStars put on for 2 seasons. It featured a deep stat cash game, a 6-max table, and basically 5 of the people at the table were pros invited to the game by PokerStars. Usually there was a PokerStars pro at the table, like Daniel Negreanu, Vanessa Russo, and then there were other pros that they invited to the game, and maybe a 1 or 2 businessman, like someone rich, that they invited to play just to make the table a bit more interesting. So there were 5 of those people, and then there was 1 person that qualified online called the Loose Cannon. The Loose Cannon was given $100,000 by PokerStars. So basically, PokerStars was staking the Loose Cannon for $100,000. But there was a catch. The Loose Cannon was not allowed to take home any of that $100,000. They had instead to make profit with it. So they basically said, hey, here's $100K. If you make a profit, you get to keep it. If you don't, if you lose the money, then too bad, so sad. So all the pros were playing with their own money at the table. They were trying to win my $100,000, and I was trying to make a profit with the $100,000 they had given me. That's basically the premise of the show. I was on the Big Game Season 2. If you would like to see... if you'd like to see the episodes of the Big Game that I was on, I think in YouTube you can just type in Big Game Season 2 Courtney G, and probably an episode or 2 will pop up. The reason why I decided to audition for the Big Game in the first place was because I loved Season 1, and I thought it would be so cool to appear on the show. And when I heard that they were selecting people for it, I jumped at the chance to play Satellites. And the reason I say that is because you didn't even get a chance to send them an audition video unless you won a series of 3 satellites. So this is step 1. I had to win 3 free rolls. So there was basically round 1, round 2, and round 3. If you won round 3, you got the opportunity to send PokerStars an audition video. However, to get into round 3, you had to, of course, win round 2, and to get into round 2, you had to win round 1. So, I played tons and tons of round 1 satellites. I remember sitting there and grinding. I remember sitting there and noting how long it took for a certain number of people to get down to the required number to get to round 2, and how many chips you needed to be able to sit out and or stall to get a ticket to round 2. Like, I was serious about this. I was serious. There are free rolls. They were free rolls, so they were free to play, but they were high variance, and they were large fields. You can imagine how tough it was to get through to the next round. It was, oh god, it was so hard. I can't remember exactly how many months I played these free rolls for, but I finally did get to round 2, and unfortunately I busted the first round 2 that I played. So, back to round 1. I went back, I regrinded, got to round 2 again, and then luckily for me, went to round 3 on my second try of round 2, and I didn't have to play round 3 again. Oh my god. Thank God. I wonder, I probably would have continued trying to make it to round 3 again if I'd busted round 3 the first time, but I don't know, man. It was a grind. It was a grind. So anyway, I finally won round 3, and then I sent PokerStars an audition video. So that was step 2. Make an audition video. I'd watched a few other audition videos from other Loose Cannon applicants, and I decided to just keep it simple and explain in the video that I'd gone to university, I'd worked a bunch of different jobs, but I hadn't really found anything that I like to do more than I like playing poker. So I explained in the video that my ambition was to become a professional poker player, since I hated doing everything else. I'll actually leave a link below to the video of my audition video. I did post it on YouTube, and it is terrible quality. Some people have complained down in the comments about the terrible quality. I can't help it. This was a long time ago. I didn't have anything good to record my video with, so I'm sorry for the terrible quality. But it's fun to watch if you want to watch it, so I will leave the link down below. So some time went by. I didn't hear back for a while, but then finally they sent an email to me and said, hey, we really enjoyed your audition video, but we want to get to know more about you. So they had us fill out a questionnaire. And the questionnaire was pretty boring and basic. It asked stuff like, how old are you? Do you play any sports? What is your job? And there was also a section just asking about poker. Some sample questions were, what is your regular live game and stakes? And why should we choose you to play TV in the big game? So really basic stuff. So the next step after the questionnaire was a telephone interview, and the purpose of the interview was to actually test our poker skills. So someone called us and asked us a couple of questions, we answered them, and I guess he just sent off his evaluation to the production team. I don't remember what the questions were. I wish I do, but I don't. I do, however, remember that I totally missed a double gut shot in one of the questions. I forget what the question was, but he said to me, oh, you missed it, there's a double gut shot. And I was like, oh, crap. Luckily for me, I got away with it because I think I impressed him with fancy words like range and equity and stuff like that. And I did. I mean, it was pretty clear that I knew what I was doing, at least in the basic sense for poker. So I got away with missing that double gutty. Lucky me. All right, step number 5. The last step to get accepted for the big game was a video interview over Skype. And like the telephone interview, I don't really remember most of the questions. I don't actually remember details about it. But I do remember that I bought a new webcam for the purpose of the interview. And I believe it was conducted by just one person. They recorded it, and then they showed it to the production team. So I think that's how it went down. The only question that I remember being asked is they asked me who I'd like to play with on the big game. And I remember my answer. I said Daniel Negreanu and then a rich businessman. And if you've seen my big game episodes, you will know that I did get my wish, so I guess I shouldn't complain. I should have specified that I wanted the table to be soft other than Daniel. Jeez. My bad. So yeah, that was the entire audition process. It took a little bit of time to hear back, and I was so nervous waiting to hear back. I checked my email multiple times every day. I kept hoping that I'd be picked. I went to bed dreaming of how amazing it would be to make it on the big game. And imagine how amazed I was when I actually made it. It was, I mean, reading that email was one of the best days of my life. The email said, exactly, congratulations, the PokerStars.net, the big game team is looking forward to seeing you in Las Vegas. Yeah. That's I feel sad that was one of my high points of my life, but yeah, it was really exciting. Yeah, it was amazing. So anyway, this got really long. I think I'm gonna end it here for now, and next month I'll talk about my actual experience going to Vegas and being on the show. All right, we did it. We made it to the end of the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you click that thumbs up and also make sure you're subbed to the channel here on YouTube. If you'd ever like to watch me play poker live, you can go to twitch.tv/courtiebee. You can also follow me on Twitter by the same name, @courtiebee there. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for me about my YouTube channel or about my Twitch stream, I will leave a link down below to the twitch.tv/courtiebee hangout thread, and that is the best place to post any questions or comments, okay? Thanks so much. Have a great day or night, whatever it is for you. Talk to you soon.